Yeah.
I think when it comes to black men, their issue is when they reach a level of success, it's like they want women to really like kiss their butt and pat them on the back and tell them good job. But it's like, why would I do that when you're being a basic human being? Like, you're doing adult things.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Afronomics. Glad for you to join us today. So you see here we got another host-only episode. My name is Sita Dambuya.
And I'm Llewellyn Dixon.
Boom bow.
Boom bow.
So today we're doing something a little different, something new that we haven't done before. We're doing some reactions today. So we got some videos, some clips that we got from social media, and we're gonna react, give you our candid thoughts on what we see.
Alright, what we doing with the reactions?
Alright, let's get into the reactions. This one, I remember this one.
I failed.
They just like somebody.
What do you think the challenge is that women are having, black women in particular, when it comes to becoming a wife?
Keeping it 100,
Yes.
there's not enough eligible black males who fit the needs of black women. By the time you dissect the demographics of finances, sexual orientation, what you end up drilling down into, because black women tend to want to marry black men.
Right, right.
So black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
Right.
And it's also shown in research that women want to marry on their same level of financial and educational status.
Yeah.
So if you're a black woman making $150,000 a year with a master's degree, you tend to want to marry a black man on that same level or higher. If black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up with that?
I want your thoughts first.
I mean, I've seen the clip. But I want your honest reaction.
I think, yes, we do know that black women are killing it. They're doing very well as far as professionally and all of that. She did kind of define what she means by eligible, but she wasn't very. I think that eligible for some women is their definition is a little bit, and they'll be like, oh, but he doesn't have to have this, and then it's like, nah, you're lying. That's not actually true. What you, because this is a good dude. You just don't. He doesn't have. He's not 6 whatever. He doesn't make X amount of money or whatever the case is, and so they feel some type of way about that.
Look at Ashley. You want to get on the pod?
You want to get? You got something to say?
Give your opinion.
You got to say. You got to.
I just think.
Wait, you got to get you on the mic.
You got to get in. You got to get on the
You got to
mic.
get on the mic.
Okay, I can.
We welcome Ashley to the show.
Yo, Ashley's been behind the scenes, holding it down.
Wait, where am I gonna sit?
You can.
Let me get you this chair.
Okay, because I was about to sit on your lap.
You can sit on my lap.
Okay.
I mean, but that might not gonna reach you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know what the hell y'all plan was, but it was not.
You know, we were trying to avoid you grabbing a chair. Okay, so I think being a black woman. So I think the issue. So I'm gonna look at both sides, right?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to black men, their issue is when they reach a level of success, it's like they want women to really like kiss their butt and pat them on the back and tell them good job. But it's like, why would I do that when you're being a basic human being? Like, you're doing adult things. And so I don't know what it is. Sometimes what I notice is like successful black men a lot of the time have these huge egos, which is okay, but I don't think a lot of women, black women, know how to handle that because it's like, as you guys were saying in other episodes, it's all systematic. How it's placed for it to end up this way, and for black women to kind of like have this, yes, okay, I can achieve everything. I think as far as black women, we don't present ourselves as women. Like, somewhere along the lines, we've lost the essence of femininity. if you think about it,
Yeah.
where it's like you could still be a boss.
Yeah.
But you need to learn how to be also feminine, and you also have to not set unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating. So, like, I think when it comes to black women, yeah, they look very superficial. We're like, no, if he's not 6'5", whatever your preferences are. I'm sorry, I'm short. So you gotta be 6'5", because what if we fall in love, we have kids, and I got son? I can't think about my son being a midget and getting bullied. I'm just kidding.
She's not
wrong, it's these things that we think about, and we should not spend as much time thinking about them, because at the end of the day, these things that we think is important, they can all change at a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So when we're looking to date, we should be looking equally yoked. Financial, in my opinion, I don't think that is as big of an issue. However, I will say, he doesn't have to make as much as me, because I know realistically, statistically, my pickings are already slim. It's going to keep, be down nothing. But he needs to be able to figure it out. He needs to have that go-getter mentality. He needs to be able to provide for me in other ways. He needs to be more financially literate than I am. He needs to be able to handle the bills, take care of everything. And that should be enough. And I think, once again, because I am a woman, and speaking of what I can see as far as like when it comes to black women, I feel we don't look at the stuff that really counts, that could set us up, because he might, make 20,000 less than you. Okay, cool. But if he has that mind, and he has that go about him, and put your mind, because clearly you had a great mind to get to, to get to that type of earning potential that you are now. That's where it's like you have to work as a team. And I think people forget, when it comes to relationships, that's all about partnership. That's first priority. It's nothing about all the extra stuff. It's not about, oh, I want him to wake up to me every night or make cute TikTok videos. I want people to, no, it's not about that. And, I think we just have this very unrealistic mentality of relationships. And we could blame social media.
It's a big part of it. Oh, you was ready. You came ready. You were ready. Like, I see why you dressed up to match the uniform. You knew you was going to be on camera. Did Luella send you the clips?
No, actually, no. It's just, it's just something about me. I'm very passionate about relationships. Fun fact, at one point, I'm in insurance now, but I wanted to become a relationship therapist.
Gotcha.
And I'm very into, I want to be relationship and sex therapist.
Literally didn't know this about my cousin.
Yeah.
Because you be hating on her all the time.
Exactly.
I'm a hater. And
exactly. Because my mom's, she was a high school guidance counselor, and so just understanding the psychology of it always intrigued me. And, I think one of my greatest niches, being able to kind of feel open and let people open up to me and be more on a personal level. So that's why I felt like I want to do this, but didn't want my life to be around other people's relationship when I don't have one myself. So
I agree with a lot of what you said. Going back to the video, I think it's very important that it's again one of those things that get perpetuated in the media. That is like a fallacy. Is yes, black women are excelling. Black women are doing well. Black women are going to school at high rates and getting degrees. But what we gotta remember is degrees don't always equate to income. There's actually more high earning black men than there are black women, and that's something that is we get told the opposite a lot of times. So there's more. Even though there are more black women in general, there are more higher earning black men, because a lot of times, for one, women tend to go to school for humanities, which isn't necessarily a high paying field a lot of the time. So yes, you may have higher degrees, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make more money. Men in general, especially black men, you're more likely to go into a trade or entrepreneurship. So you might be a plumber or electrician, which is a pretty decent paying, stable job. And then it's you have more opportunity for entrepreneurship as you grow and you go from being an electrician, working as an apprentice, to having your own company and you hire other electricians. So it's like sometimes we get caught up in the black women are going to school getting degrees more, which I mean, at the same time, just because you go to school don't necessarily mean you get a degree. That's another thing. But we can't get caught up in this narrative of black men being financially incapable or unstable. There is a lot of issues that we as black men need to address, because there's certain things that, a lot of it is systemic, mass incarceration. Then again, media. I don't think that music has been weaponized against us. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's been weaponized against us to look down on some more stable careers and try to be a hustler, a scammer, or just looking down on having an honest paycheck. And then, like, to your point and what she said, women tend to want to date over and up, whereas men take over and down. So, like, ironic, like what you said, you making X amount of money, you essentially dwindling your dating pool, and not only that, you've concentrated your dating pool to men who have like infinite options. Like, I used to date a girl. You're sorrow, by the way. She worked at like this tech company, making good money. She had a mentor that he was higher up in the company, making like $250K, $300,000 a year, and she was like, well, he dates girls like a barista or a fitness trainer. Like, why, if he's so successful, why is he dating this girl? I'm like, he's making $300,000 a year. It doesn't matter what she makes. He doesn't care. So, and I think there's like usually a fallacy. We think the opposite sex values relationships the same way, or values partners the same way we do. Like, me being a man, I got a six-pack, I look attractive. I think physical attractive is important in women, so I place a value on that. So, and I'm thinking women are going to do the same, where women don't give a damn. Like, I mean, it's nice, but it's more important that I can provide and I can protect than it is for me to have six-pack abs and everything. But I think sometimes women have the same fallacy of they value income in a man, so they think because they make more money, it's going to make them more valuable in a relationship, when that's not necessarily what a man that you want is not looking for you to be a provider, because you want a man that can provide for himself and provide for the household. But I think the best thing for us is to be able to have more constructive conversations. That's why I'm glad that you got on, because I was worried about having to talk and be in a situation where it's two men talking about relationships where there's no woman to speak that perspective, because it's important that we listen to each other openly and honestly and have an honest dialogue. That's what we're missing. A lot of times people get these mics, and that's one of the worst things about social media. Anybody can get a goddamn mic and a camera and have a podcast, and people don't really want to talk to each other. They're just talking at each other and trying to get their points across, as opposed to how can we have a healthy conversation and reach certain agreements and common ground. I think social media just becomes an echo chamber of people just echoing their own thoughts.
Yeah, between social media and even our music.
It's terrible.
And perception, or not perception, but like the people that they put out, like, for us to view. I can't think of the word because it's, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Plants.
Yes, plants. So it's just like, if this is who we have to essentially look up to, or like our image, then I mean, of course we're going to continue to do like bad things. Because, like, I mean, as you were saying, I mean, as far as the way that they view black men, yes, it's bad, but even black women, like, your idol should not be Megan Thee Stallion. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll turn up, I'll get down, go like, I'll do that, while I'm going out and having fun and everything. But that's not my idea. That's not somebody who I would aspire to be. Like, you need and I think we just don't, really what it comes down to at the end of the day is we don't have enough mentorship when it comes to the kids. And then it's like, I think in certain areas, I mean, I realized this was a privilege for me, because I grew up having great hands-on parents, but I also had a village, of so much various ages, like, of women, of men, like, that could be a mentor to me, guidance, and I just don't think that there's enough of that. And until we have that in all aspects, and until we have people that are are not afraid of being who they are without understanding that they're not the norm, it's just going to be a complete cycle, you know. It's going to be something that, I mean, I could try to change. I mean, I do change it. I mean, I might not make a big thing about, like, create a group or, like, always preach it to everybody, but, like, just by having conversation with me, getting to know me, you know, I can only share and talk from my own truth and my own experiences, and I just hope that whatever I say falls on the right ears, and it could change somebody's life. Or, you know, they could just be like, wow, she's crazy and she just thinks this way because this, that, and third. But, you know, it's just a matter of, like, authenticity and accountability.
Yeah. And a great point you brought up, like, femininity, because that's something I feel like I can't just speak out and be like, black women are as feminine or kind of lost their femininity, because I'm going to get cooked.
Oh, you will get totally cooked. I said it for you.
Yes, yes.
We are too strong, but, like, that's the thing. I mean, when they talk about wanting power and respect, it comes with money. So, like, if we, I mean, the checks is clearing, you know, we can go and buy that designer stuff and enjoy ourselves. Of course, we're going to be walking around looking like we the big kahunas. And, you know, it was something that you did say as far as, like, there are, like, wealthy black men out there, but here's the difference that I think black men do, which work better for them when finding better partners, is that when they present themselves, you could tell some black men are wealthy, but then there's also a whole group of them that you really can't tell, and they often get overlooked, you know. And
wealth is typically inconspicuous. Like, for most wealthy people, a lot of times you don't, unless you, like, actually know what they do, you would see them on the street and wouldn't be able to tell.
Right. And wealth is also beyond material. So I tell people I'm rich. Yeah. Girl, I'm rich.
and that's another thing that's systemic. It's like they kind of pushed, and I think we got another video that we'll react to, but there's a reason they kind of push more black women into being more independent. And independence is generally a masculine trait. Like, you know, masculine energy is about achievement, competitiveness, assertiveness, aggression, whereas femininity is more about maintaining relationships and community. Like, the role of the masculine in society is to push society forward, you know, gaining more land, etc., inventing new things. And the role of femininity is to keep society together, and you need both. And if you try to have one without the other, then it becomes an issue. But they kind of force black women into being more independent, like welfare and stuff like that. And you know, once the war on drugs removed a lot of black men out the house, and black women had to step up and be able to raise children and run a household. And then that kind of pushed them into being more in their masculine, which, you know, they did what they had to do. But at some point, you got to understand that if we really want the family to come together, then we need more balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And I was literally talking to one of my best friends. She laughs at me all the time because it's little things in my apartment that might need fixed, right? Like, my garbage disposal might not work. She's like, just look up a YouTube video. I said, honey, I'm already doing a lot, okay? If I learn how to fix one more thing, out goes this femininity. I'm trying to rest in my feminine energy, okay? Like, I'm not trying to be a fixer-upper. And, you know, I'm not even going to hold you. Last night, I think I definitely went to sleep. And I told myself, I wish I can go back in time and meet the person who started this women's rights era. Because she set us up for failure. Like, I mean, granted, it was a great time, you know, at the beginning. Yeah, okay, we could do some stuff. But now, you know, looking at the results, honey.
At what cost?
Honey, I am tired, okay? I want to be taken care of and well kept. Thanks a lot, sis. Thanks a lot.
But also let it be known. Ashley does work, y'all. She works and she takes good care of herself. She's independent. She takes care of herself.
Yeah,
she's not a gold digger.
No, I'm not a gold digger, and I would never say that. I mean, but I don't think anybody would think that from what I said you could make less than me. I'm one of those people where I don't mind, and how much you make isn't going to determine how I treat you. I also, too, definitely believe in gender roles. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
And I don't care about, like, you know, just because I make more, bring more into the household. No, like, we're going to have gender roles. Like, I'm here to assist you. I'm here to take care of you, you know, because if you are actually being a man, I only date men. I don't date boys. But if you're being a man now, you know, you're going to need somebody there to help, you know, relieve that stress, take care of you. Why would I want you to come home to me and, you know, I'm stressing you out and I'm not thinking of all the little things that you're just not thinking of to make your day easier. Like, I'm here to assist you. I'm your, you know, I'm the assistant coach. You know, this is our team. You know, when we have a family, like, I want you to be in charge, you know. And that's the thing. I think people get into relationships and they just also don't trust their partner. And that means you shouldn't be in a relationship, because in order for a relationship to work, you need vulnerability. And vulnerability equals trust. So, you know, people just out here looking for that image.
Come on, Ashley.
They out here.
Come on, Ashley.
You gonna sit right here while
I told y'all.
Come
But
on,
like, yeah, people just be, you know, they look at the image of it, but they don't think about like the work, and they look at this vision, and you know, I mean, and that's one thing I don't know how this didn't get taken out, or like people still think about this as being a wife and kids. I feel like at this point in the way the world is looking, women wouldn't normally think that way, because it's not like you're acting that way. Like, that's something that you want. You're not doing the work behind it. You're saying it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I see so many people, especially like in the 30s, be like, well, you know, I'm about to just, you know, get married to the first guy, have kids with this first guy, just because I'm supposed to. But then it's not even the guy that they should even be around.
And I mean, like, before you can have a wife, you need to be a husband. And same goes the other way. Before you can get a husband, you need to be a wife. I think a lot of people are looking for something that they're not ready for themselves because they haven't done the work. Damn, we done ran out of time.
45 minutes.
That's 45 minutes. Hey, look. Hey, look, this is a great episode. Y'all saw I shut my mouth. Ashley started doing Ashley started doing her thing, and I was just letting her rock. First of all, cousin, I'm really glad I didn't know you.
Look at you.
Because I am silly.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, we got Cher. Look at us sharing this game.
Ebony,
it
feels so good.
No, but like, honestly, because I'm a very goofy person, very big personality, and the thing is like, I like to have a lot of fun. I do have a random tattoo. Long story about that. But I like to have a lot of fun, but I'm also very serious about certain things, and I do grasp a lot of information. I read, I pay attention, I study, like, you know.
Well, if you tune in to Afronomics for the first time, Ashley is not always on here, but she will be sometimes from now on.
Yeah,
She's gonna be a sporadic.
We gotta run that back.
So,
I think they're gonna ask for you. They'll be like, bring
yeah,
it.
they're gonna ask for her back. All right, y'all. It's been a great episode. Reactions. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Us trying some new things.
If y'all got videos that y'all want us to react to, go ahead and send those in too. Like we want some submissions.
Like, subscribe, share, follow. Let us know who we can interview. All the stuff.
Yeah.
Afronomics out. See y'all later.
Peace.